welcome back to a brand new episode of Gen Z BTC. It's me, Satoshi Guapamoto, and today we're going to be talking about the greatest trade in all of history. Microstrategy currently is one of the best asymmetrical bets that you can make when investing in stocks, and they just recently became the biggest Bitcoin bank in the world. All right, we're going to go over all that and more and how they are continuing to go up so much. So MicroStrategy is up 16x, okay, over the last 4 years. What have they done differently? Well, they just keep buying Bitcoin. That's really it. They just buy Bitcoin and they 16x their capital in their company. MicroStrategy currently has about $4 billion of debt. Then they borrowed at a 1.7% interest rate, right? This is the amount that they have to pay back essentially over time. All right. Some of these loans, they're convertible notes. Convertible notes are just a form of debt that you can issue against your company. And they have $4 billion in debt. They're paying about $68 million per year on $4 billion of debt, right? Bitcoin goes up year over year. Over the 4 years that MicroStrategy has been on a Bitcoin standard, Bitcoin's gone up about 55% per year, compound annual growth of 55%. The NAV, the native asset value of Bitcoin to MicroStrategy stock, currently MicroStrategy is trading at a 3x premium to the NAV. Currently, and this is going to continue to go up. We're going to go over that. And essentially, MicroStrategy is selling volatility as a product. These are the reasons why MicroStrategy is seeing such a crazy return. Let's go one piece at a time. 68 million in debt that they have to pay off, right? Well, if Bitcoin, their treasury reserve asset, is going up at 55% per year, right? And they have billions of dollars in Bitcoin, that means that if you just subtract the amount of interest that they're taking from the year over year that they're making, they're essentially doing a 53% year over year growth, which is way outpacing the interest on the debt that they've taken out to buy this asset. The asset that they're saving their money in is going up faster than the debt that they have to pay on the asset they're borrowing. This is essentially a speculative attack. All right, look up George Soros. Look up how George Soros got rich. Essentially, he's borrowing a weak currency, which is the US dollar. He's borrowing a weak, horrible currency to buy a very strong, hard, valuable currency or a hard, valuable asset, right? However you want to look at it. Regardless of whether you want to call it a currency or an asset, Bitcoin is going up faster than the debt. Not only that, but MicroStrategy is a company. They're a software company. They sell software as a service, and they provide other financial tools and software tools for other companies. So there's a business underlying their hard asset. So if MicroStrategy is making about $70 million in revenue each year, that can also go towards some of the 68 million in debt. Right? So not only do they have a company that's making money to help them pay down the debt, but they also have an asset that's completely outpacing everything in the S&P 500. It's beating every company in the S&P 500. Please look it up. Now, in terms of the native asset value, some people might say, well, if MicroStrategy has $15 billion of Bitcoin, shouldn't the company be worth $15 billion? No, that's not how NAV works at all. Essentially, you're taking the company's assets and you're subtracting some of their liabilities, like their debt, right? But even still, more importantly, and the reason why it's trading at so much more than the amount of Bitcoin they hold, it's because of this. They're selling volatility as a product. And when people are looking for something to make money in, right, they're looking to take some risk in an investment. They don't want something that looks like this, okay? They don't want straight lines because there's no way to make or lose money on a straight line. You need something that's going up and down. Now, when MicroStrategy, when gold, when Bitcoin, when Nvidia, when Apple, when Amazon all go up, what do? Is it just a straight line? No, not quite. It is a line that goes up and to the right. So sometimes it's down, sometimes it's up, it's down, it's up, it's down, it's up. Overall, all these charts, you can look at any of these charts. What do they look like? They look like they're up and to the right because they are valuable and they are more desired than dollars, okay? This is showing that the amount of dollars that you need to purchase these assets is going up. Dollars are less valuable than these valuable assets, which is why they go up and to the right. Okay. Not only that, MicroStrategy is inside of a bunch of different weighted indices. So when you think about the Russell 1000, that's essentially something that people can put their money into if it's in their 401k or if they want to just invest in a broad range of companies instead of just one company. MicroStrategy is weighted and included in these indices. Here's how MicroStrategy creates this circular infinite money glitch, right? They create this circular infinite money glitch. How does it work? It starts with MicroStrategy buying Bitcoin. How do they buy Bitcoin? They issue debt. So they take out debt at a 1.7% interest rate, essentially, and lower, in order to acquire Bitcoin. They buy the Bitcoin. Then the Bitcoin goes up 55% per year, which means that they're able to pay off the debt easily, take out more debt, and buy more Bitcoin. Not only that, when Bitcoin goes up, their market cap increases, which means that their share price increases. So then they can issue shares, they can issue equity. Essentially, they're selling shares in order to get more money. The money then gets piled into Bitcoin, which makes Bitcoin go up, which means that the market cap of MicroStrategy goes up, which means that they can issue more equity, they can issue more shares to buy more Bitcoin basically forever. Not only that, their market cap being increased means that their weight in these indices, like the Russell 1000, the QQQ, the S&P 500, their weight or the amount of money that needs to be allocated to them in these indices goes up, which means that they're getting more passive flows from these indices to then buy more Bitcoin because their market cap has increased. They can then issue more debt. They can have more public offerings of debt, issue more convertible notes to buy more Bitcoin at a 1.7% interest rate, blah, blah, blah. This is an infinite money glitch, and that might sound crazy, but just sit back and watch, because we've already been watching for 4 years. You can sit back and keep watching, or you can get in the game, right? It's up to you, you know what I mean? I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just a random guy on YouTube. And if you're enjoying this video so far, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and share it with someone who wants to get to 100,000 net worth before 2025, right? Before 2026, okay? Essentially, a MicroStrategy has found a way to sell volatility as a product, right? Not only that, they have created an accretive Bitcoin company. Their options market is the deepest and most liquid on the US stock exchange right now. The amount of volume that their stock is seeing is the highest of any stock on the market right now. The amount that they are beating all the other companies by is leaps and bounds, okay? They are completely destroying Nvidia. They're destroying the S&P 500. They're destroying bonds, of course. They're destroying the QQQ. No one can touch these guys. Apple cannot touch these guys. MicroStrategy is the apex predator of the stock market. And pretty soon we're going to see a huge transition where companies start copying this strategy. This is insane. And you're soon going to see MicroStrategy join the QQQ. You're going to see them join the S&P 500 probably sometime in 2025 due to FASB's new accounting rules, where they can put Bitcoin as a net gain on their balance sheet. And so many things are happening, and we are witnessing financial history. Okay, we are witnessing the birth of the first Bitcoin bank, the first Bitcoin institution, and it's going to be absolutely insane. If you wanted to buy Apple when they first came out, if you wanted to buy Amazon when they first came out, if you wanted to buy Tesla when they first came out, you probably missed the boat. You know what I mean? You were probably too busy being a child at that time, right? Like I should have been buying a house back in 2008, not being 8 years old, right? So that was my mistake. But now I have the opportunity to buy MicroStrategy before everybody else buys MicroStrategy. I'm able to buy MicroStrategy right here. No, right here. I'm able to buy MicroStrategy right here. That's pretty good considering that there's so much left to go, right? And I'm very privileged to be able to do so, to be alive at the time, just right in history, in order to be able to buy right here before everything goes absolutely insane and people figure out what's happening in this stock. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I hope you're ready to witness something truly amazing. MicroStrategy is going to demonetize and destroy basically every bank in the United States, considering that they can never catch up to the amount of Bitcoin that MicroStrategy currently holds. They hold over 1% of the network, and they're going to continue to own more and more because they're going to continue using that flywheel that I demonstrated earlier. Because the whole point of the Bitcoin game is to get as much Bitcoin as you can before everybody else takes it. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure, like you said, like, comment, and subscribe. And stack sats or die trying.